guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing the first oil change on my 2014 GT3. We've done some oil changes on Caymans and Boxsters in the past, but this one's going to be a little bit more involved. We got two oil drain plugs to remove, plus that engine cover. It's about 15 bolts, so it's going to take a little bit longer, but we're going to step you through the process here as I learn how to do it with you. So starting out there, as you can see, we've got quite a few tools lined up. We'll see if we have all of them. We might have to track down some more, but we've got the 8mm for the drain plugs. We've got the T30 there on the impact to help make quicker progress of removing all those engine cover bolts. A couple Jackpoint stands. We're going to back it up on the ramps and then use the two Jackpoints for the front. Then that's a must needed tool. We'll need that at the end, the iCarsoft, so we can reset the oil light. But let's get to it. We got her lined up there. If you don't already have a set of these Jackpoints, highly recommend it. They're pretty sweet. Been meaning to get another set, so I have 4, but let's make sure they're on there. Shouldn't have to go up too far. Right there. Alright, we got her lifted. Before we get started, I'm going to pop the trunk and release the oil cap, as that's supposed to aid in the draining of the oil once we get those plugs out. So don't want to forget that, so we got that done. Now on to removing the engine cover. Alright, so we have, I believe, 12 these T30s to remove. I'm going to start on the outside, go all the way around. I leave this guy in the middle last. Alright, on to our last one. I'm going to kind of hold it up with my shoulder and bring that down, get her out of the way. Alright, engine cover off. Alright, so on the oil pan, we're going to remove that guy right there. Yeah, on the oil tank, I'm gonna remove that guy right there. I'm gonna see if I can get my U-joint socket in there in a good position where we can get that off. We'll see here. Otherwise we might just need a really long extension. First snafu here, the 8mm socket that I have. No way it's going on there with this pipe. So we're gonna have to maybe see if we can find a stubbier one. I don't know, or get an actual hex key. I actually had an 8mm hex, so didn't have to buy anything there. I did just cut a little tube that I had laying around to use as a little breaker bar, a little extra leverage on that. So this plug's coming out. Well, let's do it. Maybe. Go the right way. There, we got it. So that is the process. Still tight in there, as you can see. Once we get her loosened up, we're gonna make a mess. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go! Oh yeah, I should have had my rubber gloves on because we made a mess. But I guess that is what these blue towels are for. So the only issue I see there is when we put that bolt back in, well, we're gonna get the exact torque on it, so we might be playing the tighten it but don't over tighten it game. Alright, we'll let that drain and then we'll go on to the oil tank one. Alright, we just flipped the oil pan around and we're gonna get this other plug undone. Make sure we're going the right way this time. There we go. Ready for spill number 2. Well, there was a lot more oil coming out of that guy. That's for sure. Look at that. I guess 7 to 8 quarts. I came out in a hurry. Only got a few splatters on the garage. I swear, no matter how hard you try, at least for me, in oil changes, it's gonna make a mess. Luckily, my garage isn't very nice, so it's not dirtying up a nice, pretty garage floor. But yeah. Alright, while the oil pan's done draining, I'm going to just put the drain pan, our oil pan plug back in while we let that oil tank drip a little more. So, like I said, I can't get a torque wrench on this, so it's kind of like snug it. And we're going to start this up before we put the cover back on, make sure there's no leaks. You just do one more little snug, make sure. Don't want to go too tight, but don't want it to leak either. Okay, we'll try that. Almost onto the oil filter. I gotta let this finish dripping because I don't have another oil pan and it's too far over. So we'll let that finish dripping. All right, we are putting the drain plug, new washer, back in. So this one I can get the torque wrench on since it's all aluminum. We're gonna do that to torque. And since I have a giant 3/4 inch torque wrench that I can do foot-pounds, but this is my smaller 1/3 that is inch pounds, so I had to do the little calculator. Get my tool. Had to do the calculator, so 22 foot-pounds is what they say this should be torqued to, and that equals 264 inch-pounds. We'll have all that in the description so you guys know what torque specs to put this stuff to. There we go, 264 inch-pounds. We'll check that one too for leaks when we start it up. Always get that splatter. Don't want to have any leftover oil. You know there's going to be a little burning off some of these parts that it leaked on, but try to get it cleaned up. Alright, oil filter time. Alright, so I do get to use my extension and my U-joint. So I've got the oil filter wrench on there, you guys can see right here. And then I've got my U-joint going in here, because if you don't, if you just try to do straight on with the extension, it hits the header. So right where I've got it now, at an angle with that U-joint, but should be able to get it off there. There it comes. Make sure that's over enough. And this way I can get the right torque on that too. Let me put it back on. There she goes. Well, that's one way to get that off. There we go. Oil filter off. Clean up some oil, drips there, and let it drain, and then put the new one on. Okay. Everybody says fresh oil. I'm just putting a little dab of the used oil around the ring. Don't shoot me. It's not going in the filter, it's just on the edge. Get this guy hand tight. And then I got it set to the 15 foot-pounds, which on my inch-pounds equals 180 inch-pounds. I'm gonna move that out of the way because you know me, that will end up dropping in there. Ooh, look at that, it's all oily. Clean that off. Got that on. Now we get There, we got it. Got the little pop. Okay. So that is at 180 inch-pounds. Should be good. Another thing to check for leaks. So 3 areas for leak checking. Alright, filling her up. Got like a little over a quart left for my Boxster oil change. I'll throw that in there. And then we'll do a 5/4. Oh, precise. Just using the typical Mobil 1 0W40. Haven't had any issues with all Boxsters and Caymans, so let's see if we cannot make a mess with this. Maybe go a little slower. She doesn't leak out this time. Cheaper in the 5/quart jugs, but then you gotta measure out quarts. You could try and use the things on the side of the jug, but this is more accurate in my mind. They had a sale at Walmart on this stuff. 23 bucks for 5 quarts, so about 2 jugs of that, and we'll have some left over for the next Boxster oil change. Okay. Yeah, maybe 7 1/4 quarts-ish is where we're at right now. So we will start her up and see where we're at. Alright, starting her up, check for leaks. Alright, no leaks. I'm gonna get this guy back up in there. Start with the middle one again. Just need that one star. Alright, got her started. And I'm gonna go just a little quick blip on each one, and then I'll hand tighten them with the ratchet. I don't want to get it too tight. There is a torque spec on these, but keeps dropping out. Diagnose. Porsche. Oh, oil lamp. Reset. Switch ignition on. We've already got that done. Software reset. Go 991. 2014. Okay. Oil service. That first one, that's the one we want. Communication. Input the current date. Okay, so it is 2020. And then we need 07. And today is the 12th. So I think that's how we should put it. Let's try it. Okay. Successfully reset. Okay. Escape out all that. And now let's see if we shut it off, if we get that oil light. Move key from ignition. And now whenever I'd put it in and just turn the ignition to on, I'd get that oil light reminder. And boom. Front vehicle lifted, but no oil maintenance reminder. So we are good for another year or 10,000 miles. Well guys, that was the oil change on the 2014 991 GT3. A little learning experience, a couple places there. Unfortunately couldn't get that oil pan plug torqued, so we had to use that Allen key, so that was the only big hurdle that I wasn't prepared for. Everything else went pretty smooth. Just in case you wanted to know the process for oil level checking, you got to get the oil temperature up to over 180 degrees, so drive around for a bit, then it has to be on a level surface and idling, and then you can go into the oil menu. Right now if I go into this, it's not going to give me a measurement, so it's going to give you that annoying reading. But yeah, that was the oil change. So I will put a bunch of links down in the description, so you guys can check out oil filters and the iCarsoft if you want to check that out. I got it off of eBay. I'll put a link to that. Definitely a handy tool. You can actually do other diagnostics with it besides just the oil level like you saw in there. You can do the intermediate service scans and clears or resets for that as well. So thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and have a good one.